Today I'm going to show you how to turn your videos from this into this, so stick around. But first, don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. It would really help support the channel. So I've wanted to make this video for a while now, and I really want to help you guys out who are interested in creating your own YouTube videos, either professionally or just for fun, and on a budget. Because when I first started making videos, a lot of this information was kind of hard to find. I actually had to watch YouTube video after YouTube video and then hope to see where the lights were placed or how they're doing this and that. Today I'll be doing an overview of the gear you might consider getting and the pros and cons to each. And then I'm going to walk you through my setup so I can explain exactly what each piece of the gear does and contributes to the final product. But I'm definitely not saying you should go out and buy a ton of gear. In fact, I'm actually saying the opposite. You could probably create some really great YouTube videos with just the phone in your pocket. There are 4 essential parts to your video setup. Number 1, the camera. Number 2, your audio. Number 3, lighting. And number 4, which editing program you're going to go with. And so to demonstrate, I'm going to show you what I'm looking at while I'm shooting this video. So the camera I'm using is really popular for YouTube creators. It's a Canon M50 and I'm using the 22mm f2.0 lens. I got this camera because it's relatively cheap and gets you great quality on a budget. It lets me use lenses like this f2.0 that help separate me from the background. If you notice, this background is just a little bit blurry and out of focus, which really helps the subject pop. And that's something you don't normally get on things like an iPhone. I also have a flat color profile loaded on my camera called Vision Color that lets me color grade a little bit more aggressively than what I would straight out of the camera. So without the color grading, this is what it looks like. And now with the color grading, it looks just a little bit more professional. You can see that the contrast and the colors pop so much more. As far as audio goes, right now I'm using my Lewitt Audio 441 Flex just slightly out of frame here. It's a large diaphragm condenser, you can use practically anything. A good low budget option is the AT2020. And as far as lights go, the 2 main ones that I'm using are just some Fabitech light boxes that I got on Amazon for pretty cheap. I have one behind me just over my shoulder kind of as a hair light, and my key light or my main light is a Fabitech light box ran through a $5 shower curtain I got from Walmart. It just helps to diffuse the light and actually looks more professional. And finally, I'm editing all of this footage in Adobe Premiere Pro. If I had to rank all of these elements in importance, it would be as follows: content, audio, lighting, and then last is actually the camera. The single most important thing is content. If you don't have anything worth saying or sharing, then what's the point? I think most people would rather watch an excellent performance just off of a cell phone than somebody just fumble through something in 4K. So the second most important thing is your audio. As a musician, this should be a no-brainer. If you really think about it, the audio is the one thing about this production that physically touches your audience, and it's the thing they interact with and connect with the most. If you don't believe me, listen to how I sound now through my camera audio versus now when I'm using my actual microphone. Do you see how much deeper and more resonant that sounds? And generally that translates to a better connection with the viewer. So I'd venture to say you're probably watching this video right now either on a smartphone with a camera or a laptop that has a pretty good webcam. So congratulations, you have a camera ready for YouTube. I used to shoot a ton of videos on my iPhone, which I still have, which is about 5 years old. It's a 6S, and even that shoots in HD or kind of a weird version of 4K. This is the exact same setup, but with my iPhone. So if you don't have a giant chunk of change to spend on a camera, I recommend just using exactly what you have. Don't use the gear thing as an excuse. Don't do the thing where you put off actually making music and filming until you have the gear that you think you need. Like, oh, I need to have the really expensive 4K camera to shoot YouTube videos. Just use your phone. If you shoot enough videos with your phone, then by the time you save up the money for the camera, you'll have so much more experience than if you just put it off as an excuse. And whether or not you're using a smartphone or a professional camera, lighting is the single most important thing you have to learn how to get good at. Bad lighting can wreck the most professional of setups. If you're on a budget, just try to find natural light. Open a window, go outside, find some place that's really well lit, and then you don't have to spend money on lights. Just don't use the overhead fluorescent lighting in your bedroom. Using normal bedroom lighting can usually make your smartphone look so much worse. Because of the lack of light in the sensor, it looks really grainy and it's usually kind of yellow tinted. And if you're like me, you could get some soft boxes and then a $5 shower curtain from Walmart. So as far as editing is concerned, I use Adobe Premiere Pro. Because I'm a college professor, I get it for free, but in the past I've used iMovie and Davinci Resolve with great results. If you're just doing light editing, just use iMovie or something on your phone. If you want something more featured, definitely get Davinci Resolve. It's totally free and it works just as well as Adobe Premiere. And the color grading is actually even better. That's my time. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. If you have any questions or comments or topics you want me to cover in future videos, please leave them down below. I'll see you guys in the next video.